I want to talk about a concept or a term called the Judas goat. Judas goat sounds kind of funny when you first hear it. We first hear Judas, and we think betrayal, treachery. And then we hear goat thrown in there, which kind of does work in biblical sense because of the Lamb of God and the Lord is thy shepherd. But what is a Judas goat? Well, it's an actual industry term used in the industry of slaughtering sheep, slaughtering cattle. You see, when they back up with all of these sheep, they back up the truck and it's loaded with all of these sheep into the slaughterhouse, the sheep kind of just stay in the back of the truck. They open the gate, but the sheep don't run out. It's a new environment, unknown territory. They're not exactly just rearing to venture out and explore everything. Sheep aren't equipped to defend themselves. They're not equipped to fight off predators. They're pretty pathetic when you think about it. So how do you get them out? Do you drag them one by one all the way through the facility up where you need to slaughter them? Or do you kill them all right there and then drag their bodies up one by one? Both of those would be difficult or at least tedious, right? So what they do is they employ a Judas goat. And what a Judas goat is, it is a goat that is trained to cajole all of the sheep through the facility to where they're going to get slaughtered, right? They're scared. They don't want to venture out. And then this goat comes by. He's usually larger. He's calm, confident looking. He's comfortable because he's comfortable. He's not worried about getting slaughtered. But they see this other goat and they say, oh, he's one of us. And he looks pretty calm. He's not stressed out. He looks comfortable. He's not scared of the environment. What's he doing? And then he just turns around and starts walking away. So, let's see where he's going. And then they follow him through. And then when it's time to get slaughtered, he steps off to the side and they get locked in the room and ultimately they are all slaughtered. So that is what a Judas goat is. Now, why am I bringing this up? It's like, well, because it's a very interesting concept. And you're going to say, Jay, don't be so dramatic. Humans would never do that. And I'd say, really? Would humans ever design a slaughterhouse for other humans? Would humans ever employ a Judas goat to other humans? Because it does sound crazy, and it is crazy, but it has happened in history. When I first heard the concept of Judas goats, I remembered a book that I read a long time ago called The Ominous Parallels by Leonard Peikoff. The Ominous Parallels is a book that is drawing the parallels between pre-Nazi Germany and the United States of America. This book was written in 1982, so they was very much alike back then. Imagine what it's like now, considering that the trajectory was set back then and we've been following that same trajectory. So what this book pointed out in the beginning chapter was the Germans were not savages or barbarians. That was the land of poets, philosophers, great engineers, and scientists. And something happened. They had an ideology. I don't know if it was just an ideology or it was normative influence or some kind of obedience to authority or the Lucifer effect. I don't know. I can get into those another time. But these people, PhDs and intellectuals, sat around a table and they thought about how to exterminate people. Think about that. Well, we'll make the place look nice and we'll put a garden with some beautiful flowers there so it looks like it's well kept and it looks friendly. We'll have people playing music, upbeat music, not something, slow or dreary or kind of dark like something from Beethoven. We'll play something upbeat to make everything seem happy. We'll tell these people that they are meeting up with their families or they're being released, that they're taking a shower. So they can go take their clothes off and then go take a shower. They are walking in by their own volition. They are met by a capos or a Sonderkommando. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but basically another Jew, usually Yiddish speaking, because Yiddish was a language that many Jews would understand. So they would have a Jew meet them. They would employ a Jew to deceive other Jews. sounds like a Judas goat. And this Jew would tell them, this Sonderkommando would say, okay, let's go this way. You're going to take your shower. Come on in. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, the showers look funny. Don't worry. Go ahead in. Go ahead in. And then they're exterminated. So don't be willfully ignorant to the fact that humans have designed human slaughterhouses. They have employed Judas goats. Do not be willfully ignorant to that. Look up the numbers for democide. Look them up. Biggest murderer in history, democide. So the questions I just kind of want to leave you with are, we know that Judas goats are something that humans have used, but in what other ways can people be Judas goats? What people in positions of authority, positions of, disseminating information, who propagates certain information, what positions of authority, who do we trust, what public health experts or government officials, what institutions do we tend to listen to? Who are all of these people or institutions that we so readily and innocently trust without being skeptical of the information they are giving us? Are there Judas goats within our society that we ought to, look out for? What type of people should we worry about? Or even, are your actions perhaps, maybe you're following a narrative, normative or informational influence is kind of guiding you a certain way, and you're inadvertently leading people to certain things. Maybe you're a doctor and you're not doing your research properly and you're promoting certain things. I don't know. There are many different ways that we can apply this concept, but my question is, what are potential Judas goats within our society today?